welcome to Thursday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I've just found out I've become an uncle again. So massive congrats to my brother and his wife Kat on the birth of Katie. That is very good news indeed. Anyway, I've got to get my head in the game. Well, actually, we've got an absolute treat today as well. This is this puzzle on the screen is from a new book. This is the book, and the important thing about the book is not the colourful cover. It's called The Healthy Brain Book of Sudoku Variants. The most important thing about this book is this little name at the bottom. The author of the book is none other than Bastien from France. Now, Bastien is is one of the world's greatest Sudoku solvers. Very often comes in the top 3 of the World Sudoku Championship. A bona fide genius and one of the most beautiful, or one of the setters of the most beautiful Sudoku puzzles you will ever try in your life. I think if you had a blind test of Sudoku and you sort of lined up a load of Sudoku and you did them in order, you'd be able to tell which one the Bastien Bastien had written, just because he has a style that you can just sense. And I took this book on holiday recently, and I've worked through some of the puzzles, and they're all wonderful. But I got an email from Bastien where he said he'd love us to do a couple of the puzzles on the channel, and he recommended this one in particular, which is called Extra Large Regions. And you can see the extra large regions spelt out with the E and the R in the grid, and I'll read you the rules in just a second or two. I've got a couple of announcements to make, not just birth announcements today, but also birthdays and things like that. Let's start with the video that we released earlier on today, 10 o'clock UK time. This was my apology video for the absolute mess and the horlicks I made of Florian Wortmann's puzzle. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry to the viewers who must have been very confused about what on earth I was doing. It's the first mistake I've made since the channel started, which is, well, it's been a good run, but it should have been a longer run, and I apologise mightily. And anyway, what I did was I started that puzzle from the point at which I made the error and worked through it from there, because I know a number of you like to know the logical path, and now I've hopefully provided that, so I hope that you can forgive me. Now, next, loads of you managed to get in the solution to Joseph Neymer's Sudoku hunt just in time to qualify for the prize draw. I'll probably do the results of the prize draw tomorrow. We haven't drawn it yet, but I want to congratulate you for managing to solve it. This, of course, was our monthly reward over on Patreon for July. So very well done to Palaf Goyle, to Parched Mind, Tobias Earlbacker, Clayton Newman, Ben Verkhoven, Shuey Wu, Andrew Houchin, Emily and Michael Freebairn, Andrew Edwards, Philip Bruner, Stuart Tierney, Max Wolf, Kimberly Brackney, C373S, sounds like it might be the name of a droid, Giselle, I can't say this one, Jella B. I'm going to try that. I hope I've said that correctly. Sam Kennedy, Anthony Bailey, Osher Lerner, Mike Viney, Andrew Payne, Petter Odvan, Ian Wallace, Jerome Dooman, Jack Edward Tisdall, Nate Witter, could be your Vitter, I'm not sure, Finola and Matthias Schmidt, Kate Griffin, RJ White, Diana Monaco. Diana, your email amused me. Very well done on solving. You have obviously put in a great deal of effort to get through the puzzles. And Eric Peterson. Brilliant solving, all of you. Very, very well done. We have been working hard, by the way, on August's monthly reward, which we think will be a bit easier. So that's coming out, obviously, on the 1st of August. Look out for that. And if you need more puzzles in the meantime, there is the Modular Line Sudoku hunts, or Sudoku packs, I should say, over on Patreon right now, and that's been getting some rave reviews, and I'll read out some names in that regard probably tomorrow. A few birthdays. Happy birthday to Amir. I think this is a belated birthday. I think your birthday actually happened while I was on holiday, so apologies, but your wife Kayla and your daughter Hayley would like to wish you a belated happy birthday. This isn't a birthday, but thanks very much to David Landrum for your kind email. We really appreciated that, David. Elise, you turned 25 on July the 22nd. Your boyfriend Didier told us this. And Femke turned 24 on July the 22nd. I think, Femke, you're over in the Netherlands and you might play tennis with Dan, and it might have been Dan who told us about your birthday. And Stephen, yeah, we did know you turned 60 on July the 23rd. Your wife Libby did tell us this. I'm sorry I didn't announce that yesterday. It was in my diary to announce it today. I think because I was trying to spread out the birthday announcements post Portugal. So I hope you'll forgive me for that. That's all the announcements though. Let's have a look at extra large I didn't say your name. I didn't. Alexa, I didn't say anything. Anyway, let's have a look at the rules of extra large regions by Bastien. What I'll also do is I'll put a link if you want to buy this book, and I heartily recommend it. I bought it on Amazon. I'm sure other retail outlets are available. But these are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each 18-cell grey region must contain the digits from 1 to 9 exactly twice. So very unusual rules today. So that means this E, which it is 18 digits, I can see that straight away actually, that's got to contain the numbers 1 to 9 twice each. And the R, which that's harder to see whether how big that is, 10, yes it is also 18. So you've got to put the numbers 1 to 9 twice in the R as well. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, and I get digits. I get a 5 there, look. And a 4 here. This is very unusual. I'm not sure, by the way, how hard this puzzle is. I think it had 4 stars out of 5 in the book. Which I'm not sure how that equates to normal Cracking the Cryptic difficulties. I can put a 4 in the grid here by Sudoku, I've just seen. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to put a 6 in, but no, I can't. There's a 6 in one of those 2 cells, because this 6 means there's a 6 in one of these cells, so there must be a 6 at the top of the grid. I'm suspecting that we're going to have to use these regions at some point soon, and I can see a way of doing that. So let me just highlight some cells. Let me highlight those cells and these cells. Now, if you don't know why I've highlighted those cells, pause the video, Agadmatus style, and see if you can work out. There's something interesting about all the orange cells and all the green cells. And I'll tell you what that is now. So the thing that's interesting is if you look at the final 4 columns of the grid, obviously these columns collectively must contain 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. And that's because of the rules of Sudoku. This column must have 1 set of the digits 1 to 9 in it. The numbers 1 to 9 will appear in this column. The numbers 1 to 9 will appear in this column, etc., etc. So these 4 columns altogether have 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9. But we're told that the grey R has 1 set of the digits 1 to 9. And this box... has 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9, and this box has a 3rd set of the digits 1 to 9. So the cells I've outlined there, I'll just bluify them for a moment, those cells are 3 sets of the digits 1 to 9. So this little orange region, you can see it is 9 cells large, must contain another set of the digits 1 to 9 in order to ensure that we've got all the correct number of digits in the final 4 columns, and the same logic's going to apply in the first 4 columns. We know we've got 2 sets of the digits 1 to 9 in the E. Box 7 is a 3rd set of the digits 1 to 9, so the greens must be the 4th set of the digits 1 to 9. And therefore, I'm wondering if we can do things with that well. Oh, yes, we obviously can. We obviously can. Where does 4 go in row 2? Because 4 has appeared in green, it can't reappear in green. And because if it did, let's actually just prove that to ourselves. If there was a 4 in this position, why is this broken? Well, let's count the 4s that must now appear in the first 4 columns of the grid. 1, 2, 3, and we know there are 2 in the grey region, so that's 5. You can't put 5 4s in 4 columns, you will have a problem. So where does the 4 go in this row? Well, it's in one of those 2 cells, but it can't repeat in green, so it goes there. And it can't repeat in green. It's lovely. It's just lovely. It can't reappear in green in box 4 either. So where does it go in box 4? It's in one of those 2 cells, so it must go there. Oh, it's just... And now this 4 comes into play in orange, because orange can't have a second 4 in it. So there's a 4 here. A 4 here by SUDOKU. How many 4s have we got? All the 4s. All the 4s are immediately available if you can use this sort of extra region trick. So now, presumably, yes, we can place 6 in row 2. Where does 6 go in row 2? And the reason this is interesting is we can't have it repeating in green. It could go in this cell in orange from an orange perspective, but it can't from a SUDOKU perspective. We know the 6 in box 2 is definitely in one of those 2 cells, so it must go here. So now this column, look, is sort of becoming a bit full, isn't it? We've got 7s, 8s and 9s to place. Okay, that's not maybe as helpful as I thought it might be. Oh, what about row 7 though? I need to place 3, 7 and 8. So that's a 3. Because there's a 7, 8 already. It's a sort of naked single. So these 2 squares are a 7, 8 pair, but that 3 is in orange. So what is that telling us? That is telling us where 3 goes in column 4, weirdly, I think. Because 3 can't repeat in orange. Oh no. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. Some reason in my brain I got the 3 down here, but that's total nonsense. No, it's telling us where the 3 goes in column 6, isn't it? Because we can't have 3 in orange. There's a 3 here, so it can't appear in those cells. It can't go there or there by SUDOKU, so it goes here. So that's a 3. Oh, I've got a 7, 8, 9 triple in box 8, which I hadn't spotted, sorry. That means I've got a 1, 2 pair here. Oh, this is it's so clever. It's just lovely. Right, I can resolve this cell. So I've got this 1, 2 pair, but look at row 2. Now where does the 1 go in row 2? And I don't know exactly, but I do know it's in green, and therefore you can't repeat 1 in green, so that cell has to be a 2. That has to be a 1. 1 is in green. Yeah, 1's already in green in one of those 2 cells, so it can't go here. So one of these 2 cells is a 1. 2 by SUDOKU can be placed here in box number 2. So 2's in one of, 2's in one of these 2 cells in grey. But again, I don't think what we should do here is to focus on the fact that we need to put 2 digits into grey. We should focus much more on greens. In fact, probably, I'm just thinking now, well, yeah, look, 5 and 7 have not yet appeared in green, and they can't go in those cells. So there's a 5 and a 7. Oh, I thought that was going to be good. It's nearly good. That can't be 5. That can't be 7. So 5 and 7. Well, yeah, this is this is lovely. Right. Okay, let's continue that logic then. If we know that 5 and 7 in green are in these cells, then I know that in orange these are not 5 or 7, and neither is this one. So 5 and 7 in orange have to appear in these cells, and that one cannot be either. So this is a 5-7 pair, and that means that this cell here is a 9, this cell here is an 8, this is a 7, this is an 8 by SUDOKU, this is a 7 by SUDOKU. Oh my goodness, this is the sort of thing that just makes you happy, isn't it? 2 7 pair there by SUDOKU. I don't think I can resolve that, but that means these 2 squares are Oh, 3 and 5, is that resolved? 3 and 5, maybe not. But let's come back now to orange again, because now I've effectively got, oh no, hang on, I've got a 7 here. I can actually resolve this. 7 and 5 have to go in those cells. So that square's a 1. Sorry, I'm just pausing there because I'm so surprised. So these squares have got to be other things. 2 6s and 9s. That square is a naked single. That's a 9. Can't be 2 or 6. So these are a 2 6 pair. And now I've actually done better than I thought. I've got 6 digits placed in orange, and I've got to place 1, 6 and 8. So that's a 6 by Sudoku. Can't be 1 or 8. And these squares have got to be a 1 8 pair. Oh, this is, yeah, it's a 1 8 pair, and there's a 1 in green looking at it. So that's 8, that's 1, and orange is finished. And now we're going to get these 3 digits, because we're going to get these green digits. These have got to be 1, 3, and 9. This is a sort of puzzle that just, you know, it is what Sudoku is all about. It's a puzzle you would never find. There's a 1 in one of those squares. You know, in a newspaper or anything like that, because it's just too good. And now these squares have got to be 5, 7 and 8, I think. And there's, is that right? 5, 7, 8 to complete this set of digits? I think so. And there's a 7 and 8 looking at that square, so that's got to be 5. And this is now a 7, 8 pair. Which means these 2 squares are a, oh, that's not a 6, look. There's a 6 looking at it. These squares are 2. Oh, yeah, no, there's a 2 in this row. Where does it go? It's got to go here. That's powerful as well. 2 and 7 go in. That's a 9 to complete the row. These 2 squares are now something. 5 and 6, I want to say. So these squares are 1, 7 and 8. And these squares are 3, 5 and 9. Okay. We might be able to do better than that. Oh, no, we can. 5 here means that's a 3. So that's a 1. So that's a 9. That's a 3. That's a 5. Is that right? Hang on, I've got a funny feeling. I've just, no, that is a 5. That's a 9. Okay, well that's good. And now in this column I need to put a 1, so that's got to go there. So that's got to be a 6. This needs to have an 8 in it. And what is the other digit that's missing? A 5. Yeah, okay, so we can do that. 5 and 8 go in. 7 and 8 go in. We get left with a 1, 7 pair, which is all finished. Okay, now I think, yeah, this 6 gives me the 6 and the 2. I think we're finished here. I think we've just got to not make a ricket of the final pieces of the puzzle. Let me try not to make a ricket of it. 3 and something in there. 3 and 7 is it? And there's a 7 here. So 7 and 3 go in. These squares are 5 and 8. That's not resolved, I don't think. So hopefully it'll just be these columns. I need a 3 in one of those cells, so that's the 3. The other digit is a 6, which does the 6 and the 5 and the 5 and the 8, so that presumably is an 8 and that's a 9. And I think we might have finished the puzzle, which is incredibly, unusually quick. Yay! Well, that should be, well, it's just a brilliant puzzle, isn't it? It's just so elegant, I cannot tell you. Absolutely loved it. Now Bastien has sent me some other recommendations from his book as well. So if you keep an eye on the channel over the next few weeks, I'll certainly try and do another one, because that's too good an experience not to repeat. So I'll leave you with that. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. Let me know in the comments. I do enjoy them, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.